Hi all, this is Sia Nas and welcome to episode 73 of the Diary of Sia Nas. So as you can see behind me, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm celebrating 7,000 downloads. I got my gorgeous gold background and some beautiful silver balloons. I was thinking, should I have the 7 closer to me or over there? I don't know. But that's how it is. So thank you to everyone who downloads and listens and also watches and shares. So thank you so much for doing that. I really enjoyed doing the podcast. I really enjoy putting it together and editing it and letting you know everything that's happening. So, and sharing my music with you and my opinions. So thank you to everyone who's listening and following along. So thank you. So let's start with the week. So the week started on Monday, the 25th of May. And as I'm looking down, I'm looking at my purple fluffy llama diary. So on Monday, I went over 7,000 downloads. And also on Monday, I edited, uploaded and promoted my podcast as I do every Monday. I also got contacted to cross-promote with a hip-hop artist, so they asked if they would like to, if we wanted to have a chat, do like an interview, and I could go on there. They would come onto my podcast and they would put a post up on their followers on the Instagram. And I had to listen to this person's music and it's really good. It's very mature. It reminds me of Nas a bit. And it's very urban sounding, and by that I mean it's very mature. It's not like dirty hip hop, but it's just this very mature urban sound, and I really liked it. And there wasn't much swearing that I heard, and there wasn't any disrespecting of women, and it was just very different. And I really liked it. It had a really nice voice, and the music was really good. So we're going to organise that, and maybe in the next podcast you might see the interview or hear the interview. So I want to try and do a few more of those, do some collaborations with other artists. So I think that'll be a really good idea. On Monday, I also got a special treat. I got the Morphe Jeffree Star brushes. And I got these because they were 50% off, and I've wanted them for ages, and I just didn't want to pay the full price. Like, I think it was like $70 Australian for Jeffree Star brushes. There's the brushes. They're gorgeous. Some of them have got pink fluffy bristles, and some of them have got white, and they're really sweet. I haven't used them because I don't want to wreck them. I've got other brushes that I use, so I'll wait and see. But yeah, I haven't used these because I don't want to wreck them. So Morphe Jeffree Star brushes. So that came on Monday. I also paid the invoice for the designers for my invention. So I should have asked them some questions beforehand, because initially I thought there would be 4 different sizes for this cosmetic accessory that I've invented, and they found that there's 3 sizes, but I've paid for 4. So I think there's going to be a bit of an issue, but I'm going to be speaking to them tomorrow. But this is one thing that learning, is to be confident and to really speak out, and if there's an issue, to voice my opinion. So I'm going to do a confidence course because now in business, money's on the line as well. So, and reputation as well. Like, you've got to be bold, otherwise you get taken advantage of. So this is something that I'm learning, is to be not even bold, but just to speak up when I think there's a problem, and not to worry about hurting people's feelings. Because I think as women, that's what we do, whereas guys don't really care. They're more direct. So I've got to learn to be more direct, not rude, but direct, and get my point across so that I'm not wasting my money and time, and people won't walk all over me, because I think that happened last time. if I was more assertive with that designer or spoken to their superior, I wouldn't have been in this situation. But I guess this is how you learn. And I'm really hating these situations. They make me so nervous, and I just don't want to deal with them. But when you're in business, these things happen. And I guess when you're in a lot of situations, things are going to happen, and you have to step out of your comfort zone and stand up for yourself. So I'll find out next week what happens. I also finished a beat called Shady, and that is the beat of the week. And Shady sounds more like an EDM beat, but I've used samples from some trap packs. And of course, one of the samples is called Shady. The beat does not sound shady at all. It's more like a dance. Beat, and it just slowly comes in. You've got the melody comes in first, and then the 808, and then the hi-hats. So it gently comes in. And I was listening to some beats, and I heard somebody do it that way, and I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. So I gave that a try. So I've got to try a few more times to get it right, but it sounds all right. So have a listen to it at the end of the podcast and let me know what you think. The hi-hats were a problem, and as I was listening to it just before, it's got some static when you play it. I don't know how to fix this yet. So it's either I take off the mixing and mastering, or I reduce it right down. So it's all a learning curve. So that's Shady. So that was on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I edited and uploaded the video podcast. And I made a new beat video for If. So that was the beat for last week. I'm not very confident with that beat, so I didn't promote it. So I don't even think the video for the beat went up. I wasn't even too concerned about it, but I should put it up because I did make the beat. So I've got to look at that. I also, from Sephora, and I promised I wasn't going to be buying stuff, but here I am buying stuff. I got one of my favorite products, this is one of them. It's Caudalie, and it's a beauty elixir, and it smells absolutely heavenly. It's just these beautiful floral notes. But whenever I spray it, I usually spray it in the morning or at night. I just feel relaxed. And these are on sale now because they were limited edition, and now they're trying to phase them out. And so now they're at a really good price. I got one that came from the UK. I think this one came from the UK. I know this one came with Sephora, and another one came with from the UK. And this one was like $38, and before it was $90. I think it was about $90. So if you can get your hands on it, and the bottle is beautiful as well. And the other thing that I got is this gorgeous lipstick from Huda Beauty. It's got like a hologram sort of look to it. The lighting's not helping. And it's got this gorgeous glittery lipstick. Can you guys see that? I see there. It's just this gorgeous glitter on there. It's just incredible. It doesn't come up like that on your lips, but you do get a bit of a sparkle. Just thought it was gorgeous. And I promised myself I wasn't going to get it, but I did. So that came on Tuesday. And I did more of my entrepreneur course. And I finished my business plan, which is really good. So now I'm just waiting to finalize the prototype so that we can figure out weight and cost and price, and figure out how much I'm going to be charging people. Then I can add it into my business plan and figure out how much money I'm going to need to get this off the ground and to put it into production and get some sales out there. So that was on Tuesday. And on Wednesday I finished a new beat called News, and I might change it to What's the News, and I mixed and mastered it. I only got that on Wednesday, but Wednesdays are usually pretty busy doing lots of chores at home. And also on Wednesday nights, I go to my sister's for dinner. So I actually made a cake on the Wednesday. I went there early and I got the heart-shaped tin, and we baked the cake on Wednesday. And I was watching Jamie Oliver the previous Friday, and I thought I've got to get the tin and make this cake. And I got the tin, and we baked it on Wednesday, and it was pretty good. It wasn't great. I used a butter instead of margarine. I thought this butter was more margarine, and being lactose intolerant, it didn't go down well. So my stomach was gurgling the whole night. But I want to make it again without that butter, and then we left it in the fridge without covering, so it dried out, and the butter didn't help. It was easy to make, and it was a nice heart shape, but when I put the chocolate icing on top and the strawberries, all the strawberries kind of melted over the edge of the cake, so it looked quite funny. And I didn't end up taking a photo. I took a photo after we sliced it, so you could see the chocolate sort of dripping over the side, so it looked a lot better. I will put a picture up here, and I'll put a link for the recipe so that you can make it. It's pretty easy. It's a Jamie Oliver recipe, so his recipes are easy to follow. I did that on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I did heaps of admin emails in the morning, just responding to lots of people, lots of odds and ends, bits and pieces. On Thursdays I also do my grocery shopping because the cupboards were bare. And on Thursday I also finished the entrepreneur course, and I got 92% in the final assessment, which I was very proud of. And I finished it. I got the certificate. I was very happy, and shared it with my friends on Facebook, and everyone was excited. It was course number 4 that I've done now. So I've got 2 more courses to go, and there's one makeup course. Well, it's for contouring, and the other course is for self-esteem, which is what I need. And I think after that I might do a few other business courses. There's another one for like business etiquette, how to talk to people in business, so I think I need that as well. On Thursday, and then on Friday I made a beat called Siren, and I've called it Siren not because of any of the samples, but because it sounds like there's a siren calling. There's like a trumpet in there, and it sounds like it's calling. And it's a nice beat. I think I've just been feeling a bit out of sorts the last few weeks, and my music's sort of I can't get the beats to do what I want them to do. I think because I'm not doing what I want to do. I don't know. The beats are just a bit off, like the beat If and the beat Shady, and I think the beat before that, let me have a look what the beat before that one was called. That was If. Move Forward. I think Move Forward was alright, but If and Shady, I think maybe even Move Forward was a bit of a troublesome beat too. So I mean, it all, when you're not feeling happy within yourself or just having some issues, I find it really impacts my music. Either I make sad beats or nothing sort of falls together, like, you know, when the moment is right. I love it when a beat just falls together and it's perfect. I haven't done many of those, but I've done a few, and I absolutely love that. And Siren is sort of like that one as well. So I've been trying to make a few more beats, but I don't want to churn them out. Like I see on Twitter and Instagram, you've got a beat maker saying, oh, I made 100 beats, or made, like, who's going to listen to all these beats that you're making? I don't want to make music that nobody hears. Like, when I make a beat, I want to put it out so people can hear it. So, and I don't want to be a factory. I don't want to be producing beats like that. I want them to have meaning. So this is another issue, but if I can try and make a beat a day, I'd be happy with that, and then I can put those up. I think and they'd have to be like meaningful beats, not something that I've rushed. So I made the beat Siren, and I think it was around these days where George Floyd was killed by the police officer, and it's getting pretty heady at the moment, and it's like, when is this gonna end? I just feel like I should say something. I'm always really scared about making comments about these issues, because it's like, do the African Americans want to hear my opinion? Like, I don't want to upset anyone. And, of course this is awful. Of course we're hurting too. Like, I don't want to see this. I think it's bloody horrible. And I don't understand why it keeps going. Like, I don't understand. And then I saw an Instagram video where a police officer was dressed up as like a civilian, and he was breaking the window, and then they found out that he was a cop. And I don't understand why you would do that. Well, I don't get it. Why would you dress up as a civilian and break a window? And it was it was so stupid the way that he was breaking a window. Like, he didn't even care. Like, he was doing it gently, and he was just covered head to toe. But then people followed him and figured it out. And why would you do that? Why would you incite more violence? You're the police. You're not supposed to be doing that. So I've donated to a change.org fundraiser, and I've posted and I've spoken out. So because I see these posts like, do white people can? Of course we can. Why is it white people? Why isn't it people? Of course we can. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Definitely not all lives, but Black lives. I think the whole thing is horrible, and they should be screening police officers a lot better, like, obviously, to see if they're in the KKK or if they're white supremacists, or like, just to check their backgrounds as well. That should disqualify you from being a police officer. So I don't know what the answer is. Of course I don't know what the answer is. But rioting and looting, I don't understand how that is the answer. I understand why you're doing it, you're angry, but that's really not an answer. But I don't want to step on people's toes and say anything that upsets anyone. I just want to say I care. I'm really sorry that this happened. I wish that it would stop, and I hope they figure out what they can do about this. So it's really heartbreaking. It really is. I'm tired of seeing this. I cannot believe that it still happens, and I just want this to end. Something needs to be done, and I just want you guys to know that I care. So I'm not sure which day that happened on. Was it Thursday or Friday? I'm not sure. So Friday I was doing beat making, and heaps of admin, heaps of chores. I did some shopping at High Point for some things that we needed at home, and some home repairs. Needed to get curtains. And I'm turning into a handyman, so I'm doing all these handyman jobs. I'm also trying to work out a bit more and to sort of stop eating so much, because this pandemic in Australia has really quite settled. So I'm feeling a lot more settled and not feeling as stressed as I was when all this started, and I started eating like a lunatic, and I put on like 10 kilos, and now I have to take this off because I feel the jelly wobble when I walk, and I hate that. I feel it on my hips and I hate it. So I've started doing like step aerobics, and I need to do it every night, but last few nights haven't been feeling the best, but I managed to do it on Friday. Yesterday, Saturday, we always do housework on Saturday, and then I was just tired from everything that's going on at home and just heaps of other stuff happening. I was just tired and I just couldn't be bothered. I just watched TV. I recorded Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them, or Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them. That was really nice. And it's just nice to watch something so different when usually I'm doing like housework or maintenance or checking emails or making beats or doing online courses, it's nice to watch a movie that really awakens your mind, like a movie like that. Like last week I saw Hellboy. Absolutely love Hellboy. And that just like my mind exploded when I was watching that. It was just wonderful to see something so different when you're just really stuck in this routine that's pretty boring. And last night was like that too, just watching that. And then I just was checking videos, and I was watching some videos after that on this program called Ozone that helps you master your music. So I want to try and figure out how to use these programs, because all I do is just let it do its job automatically, but I want to understand how it's doing it. So I watched a few videos, but the guy that does the videos for the company, for Isotope that makes them, he really knows what he's doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. So he's really precise. Like he knows high end, low end, oh, this needs fixing, that needs fixing. I don't know low end, high end. I don't know what needs fixing. I want this, the assistant to figure that out. And then I just want to sort of figure out how to tweak it, and maybe even like figure out what instrument it is that needs fixing. I have no idea. So that's frustrating too, because you're watching these videos to help you, but the people that are making the videos have a lot of experience, so they know what they're looking for to fix, but I don't know what I'm looking for to fix. I need help with that. So that was really frustrating. It frustrated me a lot. So I've got to watch the other ones where amateurs are learning how to use these plugins and figuring out how to do it. So that was Saturday, and today is Sunday, and today my nephew came over and we were babysitting and just playing with him, and my sister was doing some chores, and we did some chores as well. My sister tries to come over and helps when she can, but she lives like a fair way, like half an hour away, so it's not close. And she comes over when she can. She comes over when she can. So we did some gardening together, and we did some home maintenance together, and that was good. And then when they left, we had dinner, which was Domino's pizza. And being gluten and lactose intolerant, it's wonderful to be able to get a vegan pizza that is gluten-free based, and the cheese is vegan, and it's a really nice pizza too. So thank you, Domino's, for doing that. And then after we had dinner, I started setting up for this, putting my face on. Not too much makeup today, a little bit. Got my Jeffree Star Peppermint Frost highlight, which I absolutely love. And set up for this, blew up my balloons. I got better quality balloons this time, so none of them have deflated, and I thought I got an extra 0, but I ended up getting 2 extra zeros just in case one of them deflated. So I'm looking forward to 10,000 and then 100,000. I'd be so excited once I get 100,000. But let's get 10,000. So hopefully within the next few months, I'll be able to get 10, and then in the next few months, before the end of the year, it'd be nice to get 10, and just keep going from there. So that was the week. Got a few things done, got a few more beats made, finished my course, and working on the prototype, so going into the next stage. And and that's about it. I hope everything is well with you guys. Make sure you're checking in with your friends and keeping an eye on your mental health. Call Lifeline or Beyond Blue if you need help. Details, phone numbers on the screen, and details in the description. Share this podcast with your friends or someone you think would like to hear it or see it. Leave a comment, subscribe, go onto Apple and leave a comment there. Love to hear from you guys. I've got my Twitter and Insta and Snapchat and all that, so keep sending me messages and comments. I really love those. And I will see you guys next week. And to finish the podcast is my beat of the week, Shady. I hope you like it. Let me know. Take care and bye.